circular part or particle is moving in a circle in the xy plane and this is z. Now curl your fingers along the sense of rotation. So it is rotating in this sense. Then if you curl your fingers, then thumb will give the direction of angular velocity. Thumb will give the direction of angular velocity. Let us say exactly particle is on the x-axis. Then what is the position vector? Position vector is along the x-axis, and how the velocity is? Velocity is along the y-axis. Velocity is tangential. Okay, na? Velocity will be along the y-axis, and r bar is along the x-axis, and omega bar is along the z-axis. Okay, so for this we have seen the relation. What the relation is? How to write down the v bar is? V bar is omega bar cross r bar. Okay, na? So that is the v bar. And what is the magnitude of velocity, which is nothing but speed? The speed is omega into r into, I can write down, sine 90. So then you will get the v is equal to r omega. Okay, na? So v is equal to r omega is very common relation, will be known by everybody. Next, what I am doing is I am derivating this part, differentiating with respect to time. Then what is the dv by dt? I can write down dv by dt is equal to r into constant quantity d omega by dt. What is the dv by dt is? dv by dt we take it as an acceleration, but it's not acceleration. We call it as acceleration. Why? Because v is speed or velocity. V is what? V is the only speed. This is speed, not velocity. Velocity means this. This is the velocity. Velocity should have direction, right? Velocity should have direction. V is equal to r omega means in the place of v, v is only speed. It's a magnitude. So this is speed and this is velocity. If you derive the velocity, you will get acceleration. But this is what? This you can write down as rate of change of speed. We are taking it as dv by dt. It's not rate of change of velocity. Okay, na? Velocity is nothing but this. V bar is the velocity. Now this is the what? Rate of change of speed. V is the speed. Try to understand the difference. This is only magnitude. This is the vector. Okay, na? So this is rate of change of speed. So that also we are writing as a only. So r into what is the d omega by dt? d omega by dt is nothing but alpha. Angular acceleration I am defining now. I think all of you know this. So what is the angular acceleration is equal to? Rate of change of angular velocity. So now simply I am calling it as angular acceleration, but what angular acceleration it is? It is instantaneous or average. d omega by dt, small change in angular velocity by small time interval. Whenever you are talking about small interval, that should be instantaneous. So this alpha is instantaneous angular acceleration. Total angular velocity change by total time taken, we call it as what? Average angular acceleration. So everywhere average and instantaneous things will be there. Okay. So a is equal to r alpha we got. So this particular acceleration we call it as tangential acceleration. Okay. So ultimately in circular motion, so this tangential acceleration I'll talk about. See, you can have three situations. When a particle is moving in a circular path, okay, you can have three situations. Like suppose that this is the particle and it is having the speed. Speed is v. Okay, na? Speed is v. Velocity direction keep on changes. If particle go on to here, and what is the velocity direction? Velocity direction would be something tangential. So how the particle is rotating? Particle is rotating in the what sense? Anti-clockwise sense, let us say. Then what is the omega direction? Omega direction will be out of the board. Think about the omega direction also. Velocity's direction is always tangential. Okay, na? So this is the let us say that speed, magnitude. So here v1, v2 and v3 I am taking. Okay, I am taking the one more place. Okay, na? One more place, and I am writing the velocity direction. So all of you following it seems, right? So this is v3 I am writing. This is v1 and v2. Okay, na? v1, v2, v3 are the magnitudes, and direction of velocity will be different. So you can say that velocity keep on changes. Velocity changes. Okay. Let us say if v1 is equal to v2 is equal to v3, that means what? That means speed is constant. I have taken only 3 instants. You can take every instant, everywhere. At each and every point of the circular path, speed is constant. If speed is constant, that we call it as uniform circular motion. Understood? That's called as what? Uniform circular motion when speed is constant, means v value should be same, magnitude is same, but direction keep on changes. So that means I can write down here velocity changes, nothing but a vector quantity. Vector quantity involves with the magnitude as well as direction also. So both the things will be there. Okay. So here magnitude is constant but direction is changing. That's why velocity changes. Clear? Everywhere the speed is same. It is moving with constant speed. That means no force is acting along the tangent, but there is a force acting towards the center. That is compulsory. Without this force, there is no question of circular motion. Whenever you are saying that particle is moving in a circular motion, then there is an acceleration towards the center. There must be force which is towards the center. Without centripetal force, you don't find any circular motion. Simple. Got it clear? Yeah. Now there is no force acting in this direction. So that's why the speed is constant. As speed is constant, I can write down. See, one more term. V is constant. Speed is nothing but magnitude only. V constant. That means R omega constant. R value is constant only. It is moving in a circular path, means radius value is always same. Okay. So that implies omega constant, and that implies alpha value will be 0. Along the tangent, no acceleration is there. Let us say this is the direction, that acceleration is 0. So next part you will understand easily. Okay. So I am taking the one more situation. Suppose particle is there. Okay. Now it is having the some velocity v direction. Okay. Let us say that v1 is the velocity. So same thing I am taking. Nothing different. I am taking the same thing. These are the three positions of the particle. First particle is here. Next particle has gone to this position. Now its velocity is v2 and now its velocity is v3. Okay. Now imagine a situation. If v1 is less than v2, less than v3, that means what happens to the speed? Speed is increasing. Okay. So particle can go. Okay. Particle can go in the same circular motion, but its speed continuously increases. That also can happen. No. Now this is the center. Then this is the force acting towards the center, right? Now tell me, is this force able to increase the speed? No. Why? Because that force is acting perpendicular to velocity. Should not change the kinetic energy. Let us think from the work energy theorem. Okay, now what is the work done by this force? Centripetal force is. Work done by centripetal force is 0. The power developed by the centripetal force is 0. That means centripetal force never change kinetic energy of the particle in the circular motion. That means because of centripetal force, speed won't increase, at the same time won't decrease. All of you understanding my words? All of you listening? I'm doubt. Okay, Kavishri, okay. All of you understood that words or not? Centripetal force is acting perpendicular to velocity. So centripetal, nothing to do with the speed of the particle. Speed of the particle does not change due to centripetal force. Saiteja understood? Very good. Work done by centripetal force is 0. The power developed by centripetal force is 0. That's why there will be no change in speed. Then who is changing the speed? Somebody should be there, no, to change the speed. Somebody should be there to change the speed. That means we need to apply the force. We need to apply the force along the tangent in the direction of velocity. So as force is acting along the tangent, if force is acting along the tangent, let us say, okay, na? If force is acting along the tangent, now what happens to speed? Tell me. Speed, increase or decrease? I am applying the force in the direction of velocity, that force is acting tangentially, increase, yes. So this tangential force is responsible for increase in speed along the tangent. Got it? Now to increase the speed, centripetal force nothing to do. Then what is the job of centripetal force? The job of centripetal force is to make the particle in circular motion. So why particle is going in circular motion? Because of centripetal force. Why speed of the particle is increasing? Because of the force acting tangentially. So that means if a particle is moving in a circular path, then there can be two forces acting on the particle. One is along the radial. One force can act along the tangent. Implies force acts along along tangential direction, in the direction of velocity, okay, then only speed will increase. Now this tangential force is there, no? Then what is the tangential acceleration? Now tell me, what is the tangential acceleration? I am talking about only acceleration along the tangent. That means I can write down tangential force by mass. Tangential force by mass will give you tangential acceleration. Okay, na? Tangential force by mass is tangential acceleration. This tangential acceleration we found. What is that? Which is r alpha. Okay, so that's why we have taken the variation in the speed. Why we have taken the only variation in the speed here? Because force and velocity both are in the same direction. So that's why we are taking the only magnitude changes. And force and velocity is always in the same direction or opposite direction. If it is opposite direction, decreases, same direction increases. Okay, so that's why we calculated only changes in the magnitude. That tangential acceleration is, which is equal to how much? R alpha. Understood? This tangential acceleration is R alpha. Then what is the tangential force? I can write down. Tangential force, if you want to find out, m into tangential acceleration, which is mr alpha, will be the tangential force. Okay. So here one more discussion also there. What is that? Here speed is increasing or not? Speed is increasing. Speed is increasing. Then what about the omega value? Omega value increases or decreases? If speed increases, omega also increases. Because V is equal to R omega, no? R is constant quantity. V is equal to R omega. If speed is constant, omega constant. If speed is increasing, omega also increasing. As the omega is increasing, what is the direction of omega? Now it is rotating in what sense? It is rotating in anti-clockwise sense. Then what is the direction of omega? So omega increases, and what is the direction of omega? Curl your fingers along the sense of rotation. Disk is rotating in this way on the board, let us say particle is rotating in this way, anti-clockwise sense. I have given the sense of rotation. Now if you curl your fingers along the sense of rotation, thumb will give the direction of omega. Then what the omega direction is? Omega direction is, omega bar is out of the board. Out of the board, this is the symbol for out of the board. This is the symbol for out of the board. Okay. If you are drawing a circle and a dot, that is nothing but out of the plane. Out of plane. So for me it is out of the board, and for you it will be out of the book. Okay. So then what is the alpha direction? Alpha is also vector quantity. Angular acceleration, no, it's an angular acceleration. So alpha is also a vector quantity. So alpha is d omega by dt. Okay, na? Say if omega is linear function, omega is equal to some constant into time, then alpha will be constant. If omega is something like a t square function, then alpha is increasing. So according to the omega function, you will get alpha, whether increasing or decreasing. So but we cannot comment on alpha now, because we don't know what is the omega function. But I want to know that what is the alpha direction. Okay, so alpha direction and omega direction both will be same direction when omega increases. Okay, na? Okay, na? Now same thing you think from linear motion. Suppose if I am taking a block is having the velocity v forward. Now when this speed will increase, if acceleration in the same direction or opposite direction, when speed will increase, I am talking about now linear motion. In linear motion, the object is having the speed forward direction. When speed will increase, acceleration should be in the same direction. If acceleration in the same direction, then what happens to speed? Increases. Speed is increasing means velocity and acceleration both are in the same direction. If speed is decreasing, velocity and acceleration are in the opposite direction. So same thing I wrote. But in terms of angular, now, not linear, in terms of angular I am writing. Angular velocity or angular speed omega and angular acceleration is alpha. If they are in the same direction, omega value increases. If they are opposite, omega value decreases. Okay, na? Clear? So here speed is increasing. Speed is increasing or speed is decreasing. Both the things are called as non-uniform circular motion. Okay.